Next up. Oh boy. Drake. Okay, so by the way, I should probably talk about my experience on some of these characters. My experience on John is okay, not the best. I'm not the biggest I haven't played John as much as other people, but I know enough about John to explain things. I have played Karna enough to by this point know the bullshits of him. And Drake, I have played... She is in the top 3 characters I've played in this game. She is literally number 3 in the characters I've played in this game. I literally know I basically know almost, not all, but maybe almost all the ins and outs of Drake. And, you know what? I'll give you the main points in a minute. So, I'm gonna be using... Wait. There we go. So, I'll be giving you as many tips on Drake as I can, since this is one of the 3 characters I've used the most. And I know just about almost everything to know. I'm not gonna say everything, because you never know, I might just one day find something about Drake that's, oh hey! Now that's something I didn't know about. Even recently, I've actually found something I didn't know about. So... But I know a lot about Drake. That's the point I want to get to. Just letting Tamamo shut the hell up. Okay, so, Drake's basics. Oh, whoops. 1 light, 1 heavy. Alright, the aerial attacks. It's okay. It's, again, not that great. Mainly because she shoots forward. That's the main problem of her aerials. The majority of the good aerials are the ones that shoot in a vertical downward line. Or not shoot, like hit a vertical downward line. Characters like Nero and Artoria, for example, have good aerials. These are not the greatest. The heavy especially takes so long that I really don't like that at all. Either way, 1 light, 1 heavy, it's fine. It's good to go to her aerials, being fair. 2 light, 1 heavy. This is really good. That's a really good 2 light, 1 heavy. And you want to use this in terms of basic attacks for clearing as much as you can. It's really nice. It's also got good damage. So, you want to use this as much. Also, our normal lights are so short range, they annoy the hell out of me sometimes. Either way, 3 light, 1 heavy. I don't like this. Not the heavy part. I don't like the 3rd light. This bullshit, and I mean literal bullshit, is what ruins a lot of pursuals on other characters in this game in terms of PvP. Because you're stuck. Okay, I gotta stop doing that. Because you're stuck in this freaking forward line doing that. It is the most goddamn annoying thing ever. It is just bad. Try never going to the 3rd light, ever. Now, and the heavy doesn't make up for it, by the way. So, try never going to the 3rd light. The 4th light is not worth it, and the heavy is not worth it either. Basically, this is not not worth. Stop here. This is amazing. This is great. Anything after the 2nd light heavy, no. Stop. Okay? Good to know, chat. Good to know you're here listening. It is just... it annoys the hell out of me every time I play PvP. This is heavy, it's fine. You can see, it's fine. Anyways, let's actually get to her skills. First up, Dance Macabre. This is her close range instantaneous skill, and it's hurts like a goddamn freaking everything. It hurts. It is a freaking damaging close range skill. It's not the most damaging, but it's very high up there. It's one of the highest damage ones. Unfortunately, it does have a you can redirect it at will. Every strike can be redirected, and it deals a lot of damage. But it's a little. It's not the fastest close range skill, but it is still very good. It is a very good close range skill, and unfortunately for what I'm about to say, it's probably her best to second best skill in her kit. Unfortunately for everybody, that is probably as strong, besides one other skill, as it's ever gonna get. Smashed into smithereens time. So, you can already see the problem of this skill. Not the biggest range, just to start off. It's not that amazing of a range skill. You know what is even worse? The delay, the point that you're stuck here, the delay of firing, and yeah, you can't get out of it at all. During that whole thing, you are a literal, again, and I mean a literal, sitting duck. And this thing can and will be stopped by walls, obviously. So, what I have to say about Smashed into Smithereens? It's like a much worse Shining Ring of Promise and Oh Brahma Curse Me and Show the Heavenly Lightning. It is bad, people. It is not good. I'm sorry. It can only work in the scenario. Not only, but it barely only works in the scenarios that nobody's looking at you and you are literally playing outside the point. You literally have to play outside the point for this. And in a game where there only is King of the Hill, for this skill to ever be useful, you need to be not be paying attention. People have to not be paying attention to you, and you have to be outside the point. Oh boy. Yeah, this is not the greatest. This is actually pretty bad. Next up, boarding ship. This skill is first not very maneuverable. I will not deny. I'll throw it that way next. You can't maneuver it a lot. You don't have a lot of maneuverability with the boarding ship. It is a very fun ability, though. I will not deny it. It is a very fun ability to use. It's fun to use the ship. But the negative, and it does good damage, but it loses to a lot of skills, unfortunately. Boarding ship loses to a lot of other rush skills by itself, already on that department. It's good to get drive, but it loses to a lot of other rush skills. Does good damage, but not the highest amount of damage ever. And the lack of maneuverability also means it's not the most useful in every situation thing ever. So how good is it on boarding ship actually? It can be deceptively good if people are not paying attention, especially with the attack speed on. I'll use it after. I used the skill before activating the attack speed, so it didn't. The attack speed didn't affect it. I'll show you in a second once boarding ship comes out. With attack speed, this skill is actually very good though, because it's really fast. It is really good and really fast with attack speed. But the problem is, an ability that needs attack speed to become good means that once you're out of attack speed code casts, this ability becomes... not this. This ability becomes very niche. And the times when you can use it become much less. So that's why I, personally speaking, I love and hate. And I love the skill for how fun it is, but dislike the skill for how niche it is. Okay, that was the wrong skill, but well, that's the next skill I'm going to be talking about anyways. Unfortunately, the problem with the skill, as I said, is it's very niche. So, sorry about that. For every Drake fan out there, boarding ship's fun, and I will not deny your fun, but PvP-wise, for effectiveness, it's not the best. Man, I'm gonna need You know what? I got water here for a reason. Needed water. Sorry about that. Okay.
やった。力みすぎると足が重くなるってもんさ。
Where was I? Actually, before I keep going, I need to check some. Okay. Oh man, I might be a little too low on the chair rate. Okay, I'll answer him.
やった。
Okay.
力みすぎると足が重く
なるってもん。Crossfire.
火花落ちなそうじゃないか。
This skill could be really good. This skill could be on par with Dance Macabre and with Dance Macabre and another skill in her kit, if not for one tiny problem. The pose. The freaking pose. If she didn't have to do this freaking pose, this skill could be at the par with Dance Macabre in just good, how good it was. But because of that pose over there, it becomes slightly underwhelming comparatively. It is still better than Boarding Ship, and it's still better than Smashed into Smithereens, and it's still better than one more freaking skill in her kit, which is annoying me. No, actually no, it isn't. It's still better than Smashed into Smithereens and Boarding Ship. No, I take it back. No, it is still better than than one other skill in her kit. Which means that because of out of options, Crossfire is her fourth, in my opinion, her fourth best skill. And this is me being sad about it. Because of this pose, the amount of people that are able to just stop you in your tracks is freaking dumb. But Crossfire does have one positive, which is how wide an area it has of effect around her, which is actually ridiculous. It doesn't go very far, but because it doesn't go very far, it also means you're not stuck in the animation for long. So it's also pretty good, especially in with attack speed. You can see, with attack speed it's even better. You're not stuck doing that for long. So, due to out of options, the Crossfire is probably your fourth best skill, probably. And this is me being nice. By the way, Dance Macabre, as I said, it's either the second or the best skill. There is one skill competing with Dance Macabre on our kit. Okay. Let's go grab the rest of the skills because we still gotta do that. Full Fire, Make Way, and Golden Anchor. Full Fire. Let's just do this. It's Full Fire, Full Fire, Full Fire, Full Fire. It might be better than Smashed in Smithereens, but even then I'm not sure about that. Oh boy, here we go. Full freaking Fire. You already know. Just by my actions right now, you probably already know how I love this skill. Love it. Mamamoo, say your thing, please. Gonna be a moment of just sadness. Full Fire. Let's do this. Do I have to explain the natural problems of this skill? Well, actually, probably yes, because it seems like, wait, is that a constant stream of damage and you can fully, like, maneuverability it around her? What's bad about that? Well, That's because full fire has a bigger problem than that. Technically speaking, full fire can only hit one person twice, at most. Including the ability being blocked. That includes being blocked. You are stuck doing this for a good friggin' chunk of 4 to 5 seconds. You can't do anything else while doing full fire besides going around. The range around her, the range of effectiveness is not as big as you might think, but even worse than that, it only hits twice on one person. Even though it seems like it should hit way more, it only hits twice. The damage isn't that high either. It is by far probably my second least favorite skill in the game, due to how limited use it actually has, due to the negative it has of obviously lack of maneuverability and you being stuck like a sitting duck and basically being the target on any Karna's first priority list for the show the Heavenly Lightning or Obrama Curse Me. You are not gonna escape either of those, no matter how much you walk. So yeah, full fire, to say the least, it sucks. It just sucks, in my freaking opinion. It is the usabilities of this are so niche that there is no reason, or barely any reason besides memeing, to actually use the skill. So, unless you want to just have fun and meme, go ahead. Now, the skill that I believe is comparable to Dance Macabre. Full make way. Main reason. The area of effect, which is a cone, well, it starts on the right and ends on the left. It basically giving her a lot of drive, because this thing gives her a lot of drive. You can basically block, not in the beginning, but you have it's relatively actually feasible to block in the mid of using it, and the cannon can hit stun people if they get, you know, if they get hit by the cannon itself. More than that, just it's a really nice skill. The damage is also not half bad. The main use of this is gaining drive, but that's a very good use. And you can, as you can see, you can still, that ability will still, once it goes off, once it reaches a certain point, it works by itself. You can get out of that and do something else. Like, you do this mini spin, done. That is relatively fast for the majority of her skills, which makes this probably your best or second best skill. Probably second best. I'd say Dance Macabre is probably your best. And now what I personally believe to be your third best skill, even though you might disagree with me right now. Yes, you can't move while that goes on. But hear me out, okay? There's a reason why I say this is good. This is still fine. And that is a specific peculiarity of it, which I'm gonna show. See what I mean? I was over here. That's where they hit. Yep. This thing does not care about terrain whatsoever. The main strength of Golden Anchor is it will hit in the specific targeted spots always, and it can be used behind the wall. The main point of this skill is you can use it from a relatively safe place and do good damage actually to someone. It can't be used willy-nilly. It's a skill that cannot be used willy-nilly. But you technically can combo it with Crossfire. By the way, you technically can. You need attack speed, but you can use Crossfire into Golden Anchor with attack speed. And basically combo someone. The point of this is, this skill is actually, while you can't turn it once you activate it, it doesn't matter. is just plan ahead. This is a skill of planning ahead. But it's still, in my opinion at least, a good skill. And technically better than Crossfire. The obvious negative of this skill is, well, you're stuck there. You're a sitting duck. You can't move while this goes on. Until all 3 anchors drop down, you cannot move. So, and you cannot block either. That's the weakness. That is obvious. Either way, it's still, in my opinion, my third best skill, and should be used, in my opinion. Well, now I'm gonna show her drive. Her drive is also, her drive skill goes through walls as well. Warning. Now, this is her drive skill. It has actually pretty good range in the good wide area. Negatives, there is a big negative though. Her drive skill can be interrupted. Yep, she has one of the drive skills in the game that can be interrupted by other people. So, while it's a very good long-range drive, you have to be careful every time when you use her drive skill. It is unfortunate for me to say, but it is. If you want to use her drive skill, be very careful of when you use it. Make sure, and I mean absolute sure, to not be near people when you use it. Because if they are near you, they will interrupt you. You will be dying at the end. So, warning for a drive skill. Okay then. Whew. Time to show off the character, I like to call it. Wait, should I call it show the character off, or should I call it something else? Or demonstration of the character, maybe? No, I'm not sure. We're going with both, I guess, just because I'm not sure. Okay. Time for Drake. So, this is what I'm gonna put as the recommended build. And this is what I'm gonna put as the theme build. The fun, I'm gonna call it the fun build, because it actually is fun. This is a really fun build to use. So, I technically only have 2 builds for her. There might be a third one, which I'm gonna call, as much as I'm not the biggest fan of this, I'm gonna call this the... Yeah, I think this is what I'm gonna call the artillery. I'm gonna call it the artillery build. If I wrote artillery wrong, I'm sorry, I'm not English. So, 3 builds, though I only recommend one of these. This is my recommended build, which is Make Way, Crossfire, Dance Macabre, Golden Anchor. The fun build involves Boarding Ship, Crossfire, Full Fire, and Golden Anchor. This is really fun to use, actually. It's a really fun build to use. And then, Artillery build, which is Smash into Sea Marines, Make Way, Full Fire, and Golden Anchor. Obviously, the point of this build is you're the artillery fire. I have personally never used this. Never these set of skills, personally. I'm not gonna start today trying that. But if anybody wants to try it out, have good luck, have fun with it. Like, that's all I have to say. Okay. So, I will be showing you the main strength of Drake here, by the way. Drake does have one main strength. For all the negatives I've already said about her, by the way. I've said quite a few. She does have one big strength. Which, unfortunately for her, it's not uncommon in her class. being the rider class. The riders in this game, with one exception, have a really good ability to gain a certain bar. They have an easy time getting a certain bar, which I'm gonna show. So this is how you should use a golden anchor, by the way. Obviously. Also, you can use crossfire to destroy these towers. Basically by itself. I just screwed up. This is what I meant by Dance Macabre revealing move, by the way. It hurts like crazy. Either way, if you don't have skills to life 1 heavy, don't use Dance Macabre to get drive, because it's not worth. You're just wasting time. Use Make Way whenever you can. Golden Anchor you can also use if you are safe. Crossfire you can use... Oh wow, that actually had more priority than Flag of Steel. And, okay, see what I just got already? This is what I meant. Drake can get drive really easily. And I mean really easily. She is one of the best at just gaining drive fast. She's... I don't know if she's the best, but she's one of the best. Yeah, I know, it failed. Okay, I can't fight the Gilderay while he has that's the main problem. Oh wow. Okay, trying to get as much drive as I can. Yeah, she... See what I mean by... Specifically Make Way actually gives her a lot of drive. Make Way is dumb, ridiculous at giving her drive. As you can kindly see. Golden Anchor also gives a pretty good one, but specifically Make Way is amazing at that job. What's up, Golden Guy? Welcome to the stream. And to the guides that I'm doing. Yeah, you can do something like that as well. Well, it doesn't work because Crossfire doesn't put them in a hard knockdown state. Unfortunately, Crossfire does not put people in hard knockdown, so they could just jump and get out of it. Ah, come on, let me get a kill with drive. Oh well. I'm doing good. Doing very good. My throat might not be in an hour, but I'm good. What about you? How about you? You also good? Okay. So... That's good. Okay, final thoughts on Drake. Oh boy. Final thoughts on Drake. Drake is a hard character to play. A very hard character to play effectively. Especially after comparing her against Karna, you can kind of see how much of a disadvantage she has. She also doesn't have a buff skill, she doesn't have stuns for crowd control. The only thing she has is damage, which she does fine. But her damage is behind a lot of skills with delay. Or at least, you know, a lot of waiting required for her skills to come out, compared to Karna's very fast skills. Some of the skills Karna has are very fast. It's kind of unfair to compare her to Karna, but right now it's the most fresh in my mind. But even compared to characters like Emiya, Nero, and even Tamamo to a point, she suffers from a lot of from lacking a lot of things. And her biggest strength is can be replicated by quite a few other characters. Some of the top best characters in this game do it as good, if not better than her, which is even worse. So the point of the matter is, Drake is a very underwhelming character. There are probably only 2 characters in this game I consider to be really, really weak. Drake is, unfortunately for me, one of them. The other being Elizabeth, personally speaking. Elizabeth does have her strengths as well, but they both suffer. Now, this is not saying they're not unusable. I will never say this. They are, though they do suffer more than just about any other character. So, the point of the matter is, what's the rating I'd give for her? Probably it's between a C and a D. The strength of getting a lot of drive is good, but the negatives that her best ability is Dance Macabre, and there's only 2 of her abilities technically being good, because the other 2 are okay at best. Golden Anchor and Crossfire are okay at best. It's just good. They're not amazing skills. They are just solid good skills. Makes her one of the more underpowered characters in this game, unfortunately. So my final rating is between C and D. I'll give her a low C. Or a high D. It's hard. It's around there. I really don't recommend her for beginners. But if you do want a challenge, go for it. She is challenging, but she is fun to play. And that's my main prerogative. Fun-wise, she's probably one of the most fun characters to play, in my opinion. But she just suffers from those negatives.